This is home. Twin States News starts right now.
People in Meridian had the chance to get creative today. Twin States News reporter Jacobus Roby tells us why it was the perfect day for art lovers and art instructors.
Having that ability to think creatively, I think, is a huge component in our growth as individuals and as humans.
Art instructor Carrie Haycock is excited about the Day of Art that's part of Meridian's Steam Break Week. The Meridian Museum of Art hosted multiple events for people to come out and not only view art, but take part in creating art as well.
I wanted to connect to things that we've used with STEAM and maybe simple animation and printing and embossing or rubbings. Just a way to just have some fun to show how art can be translated into several things versus making something for the city through manhole covers or animating in our day world today or creating something that's just beautiful where you can read.
He also shares the motive behind teaching art and why it's important.
Because it creates a alternative way of thinking. You know, most of the time we're linear. We A plus B equals C, and we're sitting in rows, everything's in an alignment. With art, you can be creative and you can think outside the box. You can solve for issues that we might have in our world creatively and come up with an answer.
Art student Cora Taylor explains why art is her favorite subject.
I like that you can be creative and you can just make things from your imagination.
A great event for the art lovers and the creative in mind. In Meridian, Jacobus Roby, Twin States News.
Ross Collins Career and Technical Center is the oldest and largest vocational center in Mississippi. In tonight's Skilled to Work, we take a look at how it's preparing the next generation of skilled tradesmen.
Industries step up to hire students at Ross Collins as fast as they can graduate. There's a true premium placed on their skills. Not surprising, since skilled laborers are retiring faster than vocational schools like Ross Collins can graduate their replacements.
As our older tradesmen are going out, we have to put and fill those positions. Now a lot of your trade areas have become technical. We try to provide the resources for our teachers to ensure our students have the resources they need to be successful. So we stress to our students all the time that these guys that are older, that are good at the trade, are not going to be here. So I have to have somebody to carry that on.
Students at Ross Collins have a wide menu of career paths from which to choose.
We have 13 two-year completer programs, varies from culinary, marketing, auto service, collision repair, welding, teacher academy, industrial maintenance, carpentry, computer programming. We have a lot of different areas. Our two-year completer programs, 90% of them offer a national certification when these students leave. 90% are dual credit through MCC, so we have high school students leave with a post-secondary credential. Our graduation rate among our two-year completers is above 95%, so when these students hit the front doors of Ross Collins, they're successful.
There's a lot more than just technical training that goes on at Ross Collins. Students are also taught soft skills they need in order to land and then keep the job they want.
We work with our students, building resumes, just getting ready for mock interviews, so they'll be ready when they go in the workforce. When I talk to industry leaders here in the community, they need dependable workers. They need people to show up on, the job on time, and somebody that they can depend on. So we stress that to our students that, you need to exhibit those skills here with us so we can refer you to a job here in our community, so you'll be successful.
Skilled to Work is a Twin States News initiative brought to you by our community partners.
Mississippi finally has a state fruit, the blueberry, and it's all thanks to the efforts of a fourth grade class. What started as a school project and a good idea led to a bill before state legislators after the students realized the Magnolia State did not have an official state fruit. But why the blueberry? Well, it turns out the blueberry is the most produced fruit in the state. Courtney Ann Jackson has the story of how that fourth grade class grew their idea into a state law.
It is my honor today to introduce the 4th grade class of Mansdale Elementary School, class that actually had the good idea of making the blueberry the state fruit. Please make them feel welcome today.
Their field trip comes just one day after the news that the bill passed the state Senate. Their reaction to that? Project Blueberry Group's excitement tamed some as they marveled at the Capitol building, many of them for the first time.
I have 2 letters that I received delivered to my desk that were handwritten. One from Strick Spencer.
And now we're here in the Capitol. It's like really, really cool because now it's going to the governor and he had to say yes to get it passed.
The visit taught them about how their efforts went from research to reality.
But this right here made an impact on me. That's exactly why I voted for it. And I want to thank you.
It's really cool because we've all done this, both of us, both classes, handwritten letters, and it's just really cool that it's going to the governor now.
Bill sponsor, Representative Jill Ford.
I am overwhelmed that we have been able to watch this go from nothing but a good idea to be manifested into an actual law.
And their teacher.
I just am beaming with pride, and I don't think they understand the gravity of it. I don't understand the gravity of it. I haven't wrapped my head around it.
Their message to the governor when the bill to make the blueberry the state fruit officially hits his desk?
He should sign it because we've worked hard for this.
9 p.m. and House Bill 1027, designating the state fruit of Mississippi as the blueberry, as recommended by this class, is now law in the state of Mississippi. So.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Capitol Hill today, responding to concerns about the U.S. banking system following the failure of 2 U.S. banks. Mike Emanuel has more from Capitol Hill.
After the failure of 2 U.S. banks, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen sought to reassure lawmakers on Capitol Hill about the U.S. banking system.
I can reassure the members of the committee that our banking system is sound and that Americans can feel confident that their deposits will be there when they need them.
Yellen defended the Biden administration's response and addressed criticism that the move was a bailout for the wealthy.
No taxpayer money is being used or put at risk with this action. Deposit protection is provided by the Deposit Insurance Fund, which is funded by fees on banks.
The congressional role ought to be to stop the Biden administration from bailing out this bank with taxpayer funds. That's what they're doing. They're guaranteeing these billionaires their money back.
Economists and investors are worried there will be more financial pain to come due to interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve. Some argue higher rates played a role in the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank.
We don't know what the impact of that has been, so why not just pause? Next week, don't raise interest rates, and let's see if we can fix one problem at a time.
The FDIC is asking banks interested in purchasing Silicon Valley or Signature Bank to submit their bids by Friday. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
An investigation is underway at Fort Hood following the death of a soldier. Fort Hood identified the soldier as 21-year-old Private Ana Basaldra Ruiz, a combat engineer in the 1st Cavalry Division who had served with the division for the past 15 months. According to a written release, the Army Criminal Investigation Division and the post's chain of command are actively investigating the circumstances around the private's death. The chain of command is reportedly in contact with the family to keep them updated and receive any concerns. The Pentagon releasing video of the Russian jet colliding with the American drone earlier this week, clearly showing the Russians targeting the drone. Mike Tobin has more from Kyiv, Ukraine.
As tension between Russia and the U.S. intensify, the Pentagon releasing new footage of an encounter between a Russian jet and an American military drone. The video appearing to undercut Moscow's version of the incident. You can see here the Russian jet clearly targeted the drone, something the Russians say didn't happen. Fuel was dropped in an attempt to damage its surveillance equipment, also denied by Russia. And finally, when the fuel dump didn't work, the Russian jet brought the drone down with a dangerous mid-air collision.
It is very aggressive action on their part. And again, it was international airspace. We have every right to be there.
Russia has not yet responded to this video, but on Thursday, a U.S. defense official told Fox News Russian ships are now at the site of the crash. They were sent almost immediately to try to recover the drone, but it won't be easy. That part of the Black Sea is 4,000 to 5,000 feet deep, and the drone is likely far beneath the surface already.
I don't know if we can recover them or not, but we will certainly have to do that, and we will deal with it. I certainly hope for success.
Meanwhile, back in Washington, a growing number of lawmakers are calling for Moscow to be held accountable, calling for possible new sanctions or even the downing of a Russian drone.
We should obviously demand multiple things as a result of this. We've got to be strong and lay the law down.
The Pentagon says even if Russia can retrieve the wreckage, there's likely nothing of value left in the drone. In Kyiv, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
A concerning new report from the CDC shows the country's maternal death rate rose significantly in 2021, and the mortality rates for Black women were more than twice as high as those of white women. Health experts fear even more women will lose their lives due to pregnancy or childbirth. Medical officials say COVID-19 has made the maternal mortality crisis even worse. They say the virus led to a dramatic increase in maternal deaths. 2021 is the year for which the most recent data is available. That year, just over 1,200 American women died of maternal causes. Your complete forecast is next. Plus this.
Instead of human musicians, virtual performers could be the future of the music industry. I'm Marianne Rafferty with a look at the online girl group taking the digital world by storm. Coming up.